All right, here we are, just about a 5-minute walk from the Miami American Airlines Arena.
No, I'm not this. I mean, I am shorter than Jonesy, but I'm not.
You should see where we are doing this,
folks. We're on a bit of a hill.
You should see the lengths that we go to bring you these video blogs.
We are pretty much in a garden right now, next to a parking garage with the camera propped up on a hydro box. All right, these are the lengths we go. So let's just leave it at that.
All right, and tonight the Raptors better go to great lengths to make sure they get the win. Only a game up on Chicago, and in the loss column, trying to run down Charlotte and Miami. We talked to Jay Triano. You'll hear that in the pregame, and I got to tell you, Miami, a team that had a lot of home games at the beginning of the year and went through a bit of a swoon in the middle. They're playing pretty well right now. They're going to be a tough out.
They're going to be a real tough out, and we were tracking it, about a week ago, that they had only 2 games remaining against teams with a record better than 500. Well, Toronto was one of them. So technically, they only had 1 left, and they got that one the other night against the Milwaukee Bucks. So the rest of the way, if I'm not mistaken, every opponent under 500. I said this to Jonesy on the play, and I don't know if any of you agree. To me, right now, it's more about, from my standpoint, Toronto worrying about where they are and holding on to what they have. And if they happen to move up in the process, fine. But I'm not even looking at Miami and Charlotte anymore. I'm looking at where you are and trying to hold that down. Because while Chicago might have lost 10 in a row, they're starting to come on a little bit, and they've taken advantage of the Raptors' little miscues. And they're that much closer now. You got to be concerned about what you have, not what you could get.
Well, and the other thing, too, for Toronto is, again, as we said, they're playing a hot team tonight in Miami, a team that's playing well. Jay Triano talked about what they need to do. We asked him about Hedo Turkoglu. They were going through shoot-around, so it's a game-time decision. Antoine Wright, a guy that's been hurt and banged up, he had the great line yesterday. He said, I can't be hurt. It's playoff time. And let's face it, folks, for all intents and purposes right now, these last 11 games are like a supersized playoff series for the Raptors. If they lose the majority of these games, they are not going to get in. So they've got to treat it like playoff basketball now. Jay Triano says it's not going to affect or impact his preparation, but I tell you, the attitudes on the team had better come up, or else this team is not going to see the postseason.
Well, he also said that it sounds like even if Turkoglu does play tonight, apparently still dealing with that stomach virus, he is with the team, he is at shoot-around hoping to take part, but even if he is able to go tonight, he still might not start, and Triano may still stick with that same starting 5 that he went with on Friday night. So that would be a little bit of a wrinkle, and obviously you can't fault him for that, and I'm sure a lot of you out there are probably saying, good, let's see what they can do. And it's all a matter of can they sustain that same kind of effort they had Friday in this game tonight. If they can't, then I would expect maybe he flips things back for the Charlotte game. That's just my guess, that's just my speculation. But I like the fact that he's sticking with it, or at least it seems like he's going to stick with it tonight against the Heat.
Former Raptor Jermaine O'Neal injured in the game against Milwaukee. We're still waiting to see what his situation is, but regardless, Jay Triano says they're prepared either way. A guy that had a big game off the bench last time against Denver, DeMar DeRozan, Jay said he did a lot of talking to him about how you handle adversity, and the fact that we're making a change in the starting lineup isn't to be reflected just on you. We need you to play hard. The kid came off the bench, played terrific. Hopefully, if the lineup has changed and he's coming off the bench, they get the same performance from him tonight. Earlier start tonight, folks, 6 o'clock in the East. That'll get us to Charlotte in good time. A killer back-to-back, but maybe the two most important games of the season right now for the Raptors.
All right, we've got to fly right now, then we've got to go and, well, it's a little early for lunch right now, I suppose, but we got to get our work done, get ready for that early start. Jonesy mentioned Jay Triano on the pregame show. Also, I had a one-on-one with Jose Calderon. You'll hear that, plus our regular chat with Jack Armstrong. So a lot to come. Make sure you come back and check it out later on.
And if you're a tennis fan, our hotel, we're just up the road from the Sony Ericsson Open. I almost ran over Rafael Nadal coming out of the hotel, one of Jose's countrymen. Jose says he's going to be at the game tonight. We'll see you later.